Mike is in Tampa, Florida. Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dr. D. Thanks for taking the call. How are you guys today?
Better than we deserve. How can we help?
I need a little help with the tiebreaker for your favorite question. We are on baby step 2, and I'm debating on selling my vehicle. We still have a car payment on my wife's car as well, and student loans.
How much in student loans?
Student loans is $30,000.
What do you owe on your cars?
I owe $12,000 on my wife's car, and I owe $32,000 on my Expedition.
And what's your household income?
I make $140,000 plus vehicle allowance, my mileage rate, and then my wife makes $50,000, and I have 2 side hustles that bring in about $20,000 a year.
So $250,000?
About that, yes.
Okay. And any other debt other than these 3 things on your mortgage?
We actually rent. We don't have a mortgage. We decided to wait until we got out of debt. And no, we paid off all of our credit cards. We paid off all of the medical debt already. We are just now onto the vehicles and the student loans.
Okay. And you're fired up about this, and she's not as fired up.
Yeah, well, I drive over 1,000 miles a week. I work from Miami to Jacksonville. I'm on the road all day, and she's a little concerned that if I sell the vehicle, get something cheaper, it'll break down, and my vehicle allowance, my vehicle mileage generally covers the car payment and the gas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the other hand on the fence because I see debt going way faster.
Okay. All right. Well, you get the vehicle allowance whether you have a car payment or not. So comparing it to the car payment is a fool's trap. Don't get caught in that trap. But you can afford these cars, and you can afford this debt. You can afford to pay off this debt. I mean, you got $74,000 worth of debt, making $250,000. You ought to be debt free in a year.
That was the idea. Yes, I figure under 15 months.
Okay. Now let's pretend you're there. So that's probably what you ought to do. By the way. Okay. I think your wife wins the argument. As long as you're both on board with doing beans and rice and getting out of debt in a year.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the second thing is this. You need to drive because you are destroying the value of whatever vehicle you drive.
Mm-hmm.
You need to drive the least possible expensive car for purposes of your business that will get the job done. Now, let's put that in air quotes. Get the job done. The definition of getting the job done, when I make $250,000 a year, I don't need to be driving a freaking smart car. I'll be in a chiropractor's office as much time as you spend in a car. You don't need to be driving a piece of crap and broke down on the side of the highway. Okay? So get the job done is a nice, comfortable, reliable vehicle, knowing that whatever I spend on it, I might as well pile that up in $100 bills in the front yard and light it on fire because you're going to destroy the value of whatever you drive. Agreed?
Yes, sir. Agreed.
And so next time I buy a car, it's probably not going to be a $40,000 car to destroy.
Yeah, absolutely. Dumb decision.
Yeah. No, I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying going forward, that's what I would do because you just say I'm a road warrior. Even if you want a nice car in the driveway and a road warrior car for driving that I'm destroying, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I thought of. I thought I was getting like a smaller car, and she said that I would be miserable, and I agree. You said the same thing.
Yeah, I just don't want you in a piece of crap that's not reliable, and I also don't want you in something that's, you spend a lot of time in a car. It needs to ride good. It needs to drive good. It needs to be, it's a road car. I mean, but you wouldn't drive you wouldn't go buy a $100,000 Mercedes and turn it into a $10,000 Mercedes every 3 years. Because that's what you're doing. So that's the balance here. You just got to. It's a business decision what you put on the road. Now you may reach a point with your income and your wealth that you have a road car and a weekend driver. That's your cool car that's at home. That's a $40,000 or a $50,000 car that's paid for sitting in your driveway.
And then you get a brand new, Camry or Avalon or something
or
to drive.
two-year-old one.
There you go. Yeah.
And just get you, a 2-year-old Camry or a nice Honda Accord loaded up or whatever. I don't care what it is. I mean, Caddy. Yeah, those Caddies are pretty nice. They're doing good.
Just knowing you're going to burn the depreciation off that sucker to the ground.
Whatever it is. And, what you're looking for there is you're looking for gas mileage too.
Yeah.
Because you're running the wheels. You're just running up down the road 1,000 miles, man. Yep. I mean, you start putting 50,000 miles a year on a car, pretty much gone.
Right.
I mean, even if you take care of it, you can get a lot of life out of it. But my point is the value goes away quickly.
Yep.
Because nothing destroys value like mileage. So that or, driving it up through the field.
Yes.
Jumping creeks or, stuff like that.
That's the John Deloney way of treating cars.
Might be some rednecks sitting here that have done something like that. I don't know anybody like that personally, but they're in this room.